So now I invite you to go to your wall or door, but posture, it is that thing that we all know is kind of core, but it's like, well, what does it mean? In a yogic sense, it means that we are stacking our joints one on top of the other. So with the heels as close as is comfortable towards the wall, the back of the heels and your sits bones ideally travel on the same plane. Most of us, we have our sits bones back because we are tilting the pelvis forward. So as you lengthen your sits bones down towards the heels, tailbone down towards the heels, and then you may feel like your shoulder blades are kind of pokey on the back. Noni, are you okay? So if the shoulder blades are pokey, and right now my head is not touching, so I know I have a forward head posture. So it is the lifting of the sternum, drawing upward, that will reorient the shoulder joint. So now my shoulder blades are lying flat on the wall, and my head is kind of drifted back with it. So remember, for every inch the head is forward off the shoulders, it weighs another 10 pounds. So we start out around 12-ish pounds. So if we have a really severe forward head posture, that is a tremendous amount of weight that our neck has to negotiate. So as you stand in your perfect posture, your natural posture, which may not feel or neutral posture, but it may not feel very natural. Notice where you begin to get a little bit of irritation. Some hot spots begins to brew. That gives us a clue to where we have some imbalances. So we'll walk away from the wall, and then we're going to start. Just sort of get everything shook loose a little bit. So I'll turn so you can see me. All I'm going to do is just bounce my heels up and down. Just bounce the heels. Bounce, bounce, bounce. But it's just a teeny little bounce. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. It gets everything moving a little bit, shook up, so to speak, if you will, because things get stuck in there. Even if we don't want it to get stuck, we use repetitive movements, and just spending a little time like this, it's kind of fun too. And see, you all muted, so you can start singing, and that's even, I'm going to say, funner. But give yourself a little bounce. This vibration that we are creating on a cellular level is of amazing benefit. Kids do this all the time, then we kind of stop for whatever reason. All right, now stand again, just stand quietly and notice the vibration kind of sort of went up a little bit. All right, now we'll come on to our mat. So have a blanket nearby, a spare blanket, cover your mat with a blanket. Oh, and that spare blanket you have nearby, you might as well get it all set up. I'm going to unfold it so that it's half the length of the mat. And then I'm going to roll half of that up in sort of a wider roll. I don't want a super tight roll. I don't want a super big roll because that's going to be a little intense. So I'm just going to roll up half my blanket. And that gets me ready when we get there. So here, onto your back, which is exactly like standing on the wall, except now gravity has changed. So notice if your shoulders and chin is poofing up. Can you do the same thing we did? Lengthen the sternum up towards the chest. So it is that front line that has shortened. And then from here, we will bend up the knees. And let's take the hands to the lower abdomen. Just begin to check in with the breath. Before we alter anything, notice, what is it? And the breath is sneaky. The minute we begin to focus on it, it will change. And now begin to direct it a little bit more consciously towards the lower abdomen. Feeling the gentle expansion downward on the in-breath, the lungs being stretched out as the diaphragm contracts and flattens downward. And as you exhale, the whole bed swoops up again. Gentle and easy. Notice if there are some jitteriness in the breath. Smoothing it out. Belly breathing. We're going to let the neck relax completely. If we have a tendency towards shallow breathing, the muscles of the neck, and we are going to be visiting with those tonight, they get really tight. They're overworked. And then we begin to move into the arch and flatten. You all seasoned practitioner. We're going to go right into it. You can keep your hands on the belly. You can let them relax out to the sides. Arching on the in-breath. Exhale, floating back to neutral. We take a breath in for nothing. And then exhale, now flatten the low back. Hollow it out. And slowly release back to neutral. Let's take a buffer breath in and out. And when you're ready, arching again, really stay focused on the sensation contracting the low back. We do it every time. Can you discover something new today? Can you make it a little bit more discerning? And as you exhale, you'll flatten. The slower you move in somatics, the faster you're going to get there. Returning to neutral. Take a buffer breath in and out. And we'll do it one more time. Arch. Releasing back to neutral. Buffer breath in for nothing. And exhale. Hollow. Really pull the belly in and up under the ribs. And then inhale, we let that go. Buffer breath. And then now we have our little roll. So let's take your little roll that you created, and we're going to use that for the arch and curl. Now you may decide, no, that doesn't feel good for me. So you're going to place this. This is going to be right under your heart center. You may like to have another blanket or pillow for your head. You may also decide that that roll is too high. So we are starting with a longer front seam, because that is where, for most of us, this is our front posture has collapsed, is tightened up. So with the hands, and the arms can be out to the sides too, if that feels better on your arms. You can also cross the arms across the chest. So you don't want a huge roll, keeping it nice and small-ish. You want to be able to breathe. Settling in. And we do the same thing, but we move just a little bit faster. So the knees are bent up. Hands either interlaced behind the head or out to the side. So remember, we do what is available to us. If the arms are out to the side, palms are facing up. Palms facing up. Then we start with the arch. And now exhale, flattening. Then draw the elbows or the straight arms up towards the midline. Squeezing in so the pec majors, the muscles across the chest are engaging. And then I'm going to count down from 15 to lower the elbows down. 14, 13, 12. It's like there's a very super strong magnet on the inner elbows. 11, 10. So you have to work a little bit getting them down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everything pulls. And we'll add the curling up now. So inhaling, arching again, which is super easy with the blanket under the back. Exhale, flattening, so to pull the lower ribs down. Draw the arms in, and then we're going to curl up. So you can draw the arms straight into curl up. Let the arms lift. Now we're going to slowly lengthen back out again. Lowering down, using the roll to get a little bit more length. If the elbows, arms are straight, you're going to count them down with me on 15. So whether arms are straight up or elbows hugging in. 15, 14, 13. Keep reaching out, spreading your wings. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Let's take a buffer breath. And one more time. Inhale, arch. And exhale, flattening. Elbows or arms in, curling up. And we're going to come down in threes. Elbows or arms squeezing in. And then slowly come down about a third of the way, lengthening out. Then I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to, exhale, curling up about an inch. I'm going to come down 2/3. 2/3. Keep the lower ribs down towards the hips. And then I'm going to come up again about an inch. I'm reconnecting, keeping that as about lengthen out, lengthen out, lengthen down, almost down, but not quite. Reigniting. And then slowly all the way down. Relifting the elbows or the arms so the shoulder blades are spread. And now, one more time, slowly down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 6, 7. There it was. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All the way down, letting go. Take a buffer breath. Now we're going to roll off our little roll. It has served its purpose. And then coming onto your back again. And notice how your back bottom is now resting on the mat. Maybe there was a little change. Maybe there was no change at all. So for our next pose, you can again interlace or skip the interlace part of the hands. This is support the head. And again, I know there's some shoulder struggles. So if it feels better to have the arms out and do this without the hands, that is perfectly fine. We're going to start pretending that we have a teacup right on the forehead. You're going to take a breath in for nothing. Exhale, gently flatten the low back, not a big event. And then lift the face straight up. It's not a big lift, but the front of the neck is going to fire up. And then slowly lower back down. So the flexors of the neck. Take a breath in and out. And we'll turn the head to the right. And we're going to tend to the side, the rotators. So now the teacup is on your left temple. We'll take a breath in for nothing again. And then gently flatten the low back. Not a big flat, but we want to isolate the back. So you're just lifting the head and the arms might be coming up with the head. So now I feel the sides of my neck really kicking in slowly, 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 lowering down. Buffer breath, in and out. And let's turn, head to the other side. Again, a breath in for nothing. And exhale, a gentle flattening, and then lift the side of the head straight up. And then slowly, 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 lowering down. And we slowly return to center. We'll bookend it in the middle. We'll take another breath in for nothing. And exhale gently, flattening teacup is on the forehead again. Lift the head straight up. And slowly, 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 lower down. Letting go. And then from here, you're going to stretch the legs out, take the arms out from under the head, and just pause. Breathing in and out. What does it feel like in there? And we are ready to roll on to the right side. And so I call this a compass, because that's what it makes me think of. So I'm up on the right side. I have my head resting on my right arm. You can use a pillow or a block. You just want to make sure that your head is not drooping. that is very comfortably supportive. So think of your arm, your left shoulder. And really, it is the left shoulder blade. So I just have my arm resting on top of my hip. And we'll start with the easy one, which is the upper trapezius. So shrugging the shoulder up towards the ear. And slowly let it release down. This one for most of us is very well activated and tight. So let's do that again. Draw the shoulder up. I also call this the worry muscle or the headache muscle. Slowly release the contractions. You're not pulling the arm down. You're letting it release back by letting go. Let's go in the opposite direction. So now pull the shoulder down. Shoulder draws down. Now using the lower and middle trapezius, and they tend to be a little bit lazier. And relaxing back. That's probably not fair to say that. They are just way overpowered by the upper trapezius, and it's one or the other. You cannot activate both at the same time. So let's do that again. Draw the shoulder down. Feel the shoulder blade moving down on the back. So the arm is resting. It's not lifting, it's just sliding. And then it returns back up again. That's going really well. We're going to do that one more time. Janice, you are back. I lost you there for a second. I see you. Can you see me? You're muted, so I can't hear you. So you can unmute yourself, Janice, and then I can hear you. So we go up, we've gone down. We're going to add a little two-stepper here. First, draw the shoulder forward. That's the pec major again. And then releasing back. So very similar to what we did with the curl with the blanket. Now we're just isolating the pec majors. Let's do that one more time. Take the shoulder forward. And then go back. Sense the shoulder blade moving on the back. That's the key. Now pull the shoulder back. Shoulder blade is now moving towards the spine. And we release it back to neutral. All right, fingers crossed, Janice. Are we on? Good. And we'll do that again. Draw the shoulder blade towards the spine. So the rhomboids, they're kind of like the lower and middle trapezius. They get overpowered by the pec majors being tight. So they sort of just like an overstretched rubber band most of the time. Now we're going to add a little bit from the rotator cuff. So we're going to take the shoulder forward again, but this time allow the arm to roll. So now my palm is facing up. I'm rolling my arm in. And then slowly release back to center. Let's do that again. Rolling the arm in. And let that release back to center. It's going the other direction. Rolling the arm out as we pull the shoulder blade towards the spine. And releasing back. So now in addition to the rhomboids, we are now also working with the rotator cuff tendon. It is not the supraspinatus. It's right on the tip of my thumb. Okay, fourth time is the charm, Janice. I know it. And releasing back to central. Let's do that one more time. Rolling the shoulder blade, rolling the arm out. Shoulder blade travels towards the spine. And we come back to center. So now we can put all of these together. Let's start by taking the arm, the shoulder up towards the ear, and then begin to roll the shoulder forward. The arm is going to roll, and then we're going to take the arm down, and then roll the arm out as we draw the circle up again. So you're drawing a circle with the arm. And after the big circle, we're going to make a medium-sized circle. But let the arm roll in, forward, and out as you go back. So the movement is both from the shoulder blade, drawing little weird circles on the back after the medium circle, an itty bitty little circle, just a teeny little event. And from the little circle, you're going to switch directions and then begin to back it off. Start with a little circle. So you may find that the big circles were a little bit easier. So little, medium, and then your reverse big circle. Notice if you're trying to steer your arm from the hand, keep everything totally passive. And then once you come back to neutral, just allow yourself as easy as possible to roll onto your back. And pause. Notice your right arm. Notice your left arm. What changed? And then slowly find your way over onto your other side. So laying all the way up on your side, and let your right arm rest on the side body. Remember, keep it passive. Ideally, all shoulder movement originates from the shoulder blade. Sometimes we begin to move originating from the hand, and that gets us in trouble. We started with the shoulder shrugs, pull the shoulder up, and slowly releasing it down. Pull the shoulder up. And releasing it down. See how easy that one is? It's like do it all day long. So we're just going the opposite direction. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. And then let that go. Again, pull the shoulder blade down the back. Letting it go. So that may feel like it's slightly more unfamiliar. This is part of keeping the sternum lifted when the upper traps are tight, the pec minors are tight. It literally pulls the sternum down. And the pec minors, they just give up. They say, oh, you just go ahead. I can't do it. Now let's go forward. So first, no rotation. Pull the shoulder forward. Pec majors, yep. Also very strong because they tend to be very contracted. Let's do that again. Pec major. Releasing. Let's go back. Rhomboids. Pull your right shoulder blade towards the spine and then letting it go. Shoulder blade moves towards the spine. Then we let it go. That's worth doing just one more time. Onto the spine and releasing. Let's add the rotation. Shoulder rolls in as we pull forward. Then we relax back. So the shoulder blade's moving away from the spine, but we also getting the rotation element. So that means that the rotator cuff tendons are now involved. Teres minor, teres major. I think it's a teres major. Subscapularis, that could be it too. Actually, I think that's it. Subscapularis. Sub under scapula. So the muscle that is underneath. Let's go in the opposite direction. Roll the arm back. Shoulder blade moves towards the spine, but the arm is rotating out. And we let go. Repeating, rolling. Coming back to neutral. One more time. So we've established the four corners of the compass. So we are ready to circle by taking the shoulder up, and we begin to make a big roll-a-polar circle. As big a circle as you can. At the top, we have the inward roll. At the bottom, we switch, roll outward. So we start with a big circle. Then I'm going to drop it down to a medium-sized circle. I'm going to pay attention to my corners on my circle. The jumps and the jitters on my circle. Where there are jumpiness and jitter, slow down, slow it way down so that your motor cortex has time to sort out the jumpiness. And in your home practice, you may want to just keep doing little circles. So let's move to the other direction. A little itty bitty circle in the opposite direction. And then we make it a big circle, a medium, sorry, not a big, a medium-sized circle. And we're going to conclude with the very, very biggest circle that we can muster. And then we let it go. And then we roll onto the belly. So as you come onto your belly, if it's available, we'll have the arms up. So it's like a very low Sphinx pose. The elbows can be where they are. I'm looking for the head towards the top of the head to be towards the floor. So towards the top of the head. So it's maybe the hairline, maybe slightly, for me, it's right at the hairline. So I have a chin tuck. So I want to get more length into the back of my neck. So spike the hips down. And then on an in-breath, begin to lift the head. Everything else stays passive. Lifting the head up. So now we are working with the neck extenders. Drawing the chin forward. Are they contracting in the back? So I'm using my arms. I'm not really using my back much. Once I have a full contraction, I'm going to slowly pivot the head back down, letting these muscles lengthen back out. Once down, allow everything to pull. Everything's resting. And then let's repeat. Press the hips down. Again, this is a neck movement, so you're not pressing with the arms. They're just keeping the shape of the torso. Lifting this bowling ball that weighs between 12 and 15 pounds, they say. Feel the muscles contracting on the back of the neck. Reach the chin forward. And reverse. Slowly let the back of the neck lengthen back out again. All the way down. And now let's slide the right hand, out to the side. So it's a cactus arm. Left arm goes down alongside the body. Turning the head to look at your right arm. If that is uncomfortable, then support and turn your head in any direction that is comfortable for you. Posterior deltoid. Palm stays down. And slowly lift your right elbow up. Lift the right elbow up. And then I'll count us down. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everything pulls. And we can only lift the elbow up halfway on the next one. Lifting again halfway. And I'm going to count it down again. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Everything pulls. Sliding your right hand under your left temple. if that's available. So remember, sometimes we imagine the movement. The fascinating research about athletes, professional athletes, but also average folks. The research with what happens when we imagine a movement. Our sensory nerves and motor nerves still go through a preliminary firing, and it changes our motor cortex, and it begins to give us access to the movement. Crazy, isn't it? Just take a breath in, pressing the hips down, and then lift the head, look over your right shoulder. And slowly unwind the head completely. Let the forehead come onto the back of the hand. Buffer breath. And we do that again. Inhaling. First, lift the head just a wee bit, enough to clear the arms, and then rotate the neck. Look over the shoulders, stretch your eyes all the way as far as you can to the right. And slowly unwinding back down. Pausing. And one more time. Inhaling, lift the head just again enough to get clearance. So that not using your arm to press down, begin to rotate the neck, stretch the eyes, stretch, and begin to release back down. And once the head is down, take a buffer breath. And take your left arm up. Slide the right arm down, and we'll have the left arm out to cactus arm. So left arm is out to cactus arm, and your head, you're looking at your left arm. So first, let's lift the elbow all the way up, full height. Palm is down, and then 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Buffer breath. And then lifting now half the height. Half of your maximum capacity that you just did. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All the way down. And we'll take the left hand under the right temple. And inhale, pressing the hips down, lift the head, looking over the shoulder. So again, neck, upper back is helping, but your neck, the rotators are definitely helping. And now return all the way down with the forehead coming to your left hand. So derotate completely. Take a buffer breath. And inhale, press the hips down, lift the head now, turning. So you're lifting just enough where the head has clearance. You keep all sides of the neck long, looking over your left shoulder, stretch the eyes. And super slow. derotate, back home again. All the way down. And we repeat. Inhale, pressing the hips down, lifting the head just enough to rotate, looking over the shoulder. And stretch the eyes as far as you can. And slowly derotate. By turning down. And then slowly, let's find our way over onto the back again. Checking in. And bend up the knees. Walk the feet about as wide as the mat and take the arms out to the sides. So the washcloth, we sort of pre-started it when we did the rotation. So let's begin by rolling the top of the shoulders towards the floor. So a sense of the arms rolling up, and we release that. We'll repeat that one more time. Keeping your spine neutral, but rolling the top of the shoulders towards the floor. Shoulder blades moving down the back. And releasing. Opposite, roll the shoulder blades up. So the arms are now rolling down towards the feet. So the pec minors are now engaging. And we let go. We're going to repeat that again. Rolling the arms. Shoulders are pokey up. And we let go. Slowly, slowly, slowly. So we've got that. Let's roll the right shoulder towards the floor, the left opposite. And then turn your head and look towards your right arm. You're going to be looking towards the right arm. And we return back to center. Then we switch to the other side. Left shoulder is rolling towards the floor, right is lifted. And we return back to center. Back and forth. So keeping the spine slightly moving towards the floor. So there's relative stillness across the trunk. The shoulder blades are moving. The neck is turning with that set. But wait, there's more. So next time you are looking to the right, right palm is dialed up. Now we're going to take the knees to the left. Knees go to the left. And we exhale. We come up to center and we switch. So the washcloth, you're wringing out across the shoulder girdle. We're getting the benefit of rotation. Inhaling, knees go down, arms are rolling. Coming back up, everything is neutral. I'm looking at the hand where the shoulder is rolling towards the floor, towards my ear. Knees are opposite my nose. Going back and forth. back and forth. Then next time you come up to center, we're going to walk the feet in if they're very wide, and then take the arms down so they're about 45 degrees out from the body, palms facing up. So here, disclaimer, I did not create the names of these things. I am just using what the masters are calling them. So we just did the washcloth. Now we're going to do the blooming flower. And you're going to feel like a little flower bud opening and closing. So we start, we take a breath in for nothing. And then on the out breath, rolling the arms in. So the back of the arms are now pressing against your side body. And then inhale, releasing. Opening up, arms floats back where we started. So we'll do that one more time. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, the arms rolls in, shoulders are pokey up. Now chin is pokey up. And slowly release back out where we started. Let's take a breath in and out. And then we'll work on the opposite part of this one. On the next in breath, roll the arms out and arch. Chin is towards the chest. And exhale, come back to neutral. Buffer breath, and we'll do that again. On your next in breath, arch. And exhale, slowly release back to neutral. Taking a breath in for nothing. And exhale, now roll the arms in. Squeeze the back of the arms against your body. And slowly relax the arms outward. Take a buffer breath. In and out. And one more time. Inhaling. Rolling the arms out. Arch. Exhale. Gently return to neutral. Breath in for nothing. And exhale, rolling the arms in. Back of the arms against your body. And relax. Draw the knees in. Last visit with the pec minors, but holding both knees. And as you inhale, arch. Chin pulls towards the chest. Exhale, flattening, lifting the head straight up. And lower down. Buffer breath. We're going to do that again. Inhale, arch. Chin draws towards chest. Exhale, flattening and lift. Chin straight up and letting go down. Buffer breath. Maybe just one more time. Inhaling, arch. Exhale, flattening. And then lifting. And remember, you lift as high as it's available comfortably. No strain. Easy peasy. And release the feet down. Stretch the legs out. Taking the arms down and alongside. And then roll the legs in and out. Sweep, 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 sweep. Sweep, sweep, fast. We're just getting the hip socket polished here. And then pressing out through the heels. Sweep your arms up as high as they can come. Full body stretch. Pressing out through the heel. Arms out on the floor, not lifted. So you just did a really big snow angel. Reach. And we let go. And we do it one more time. Lengthen. And let go. And we'll take the arms down. Pause. Breathing in and out. Notice your body. What has changed from when you first lay down till now? Take one more breath. And then I invite you to begin to deepen your breath. Maybe just gently wiggle fingers and toes. You'll bend up your knees. Rock the knees gently from side to side. Rolling all the way over onto one side, whichever is the most comfortable for your body. And pause. And then using your arms and hands to press up into a comfortable seated posture. We'll bring our palms together at heart center. We'll close with 3 Oms, representing past, the present, and the future. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you. Namaste.